Hello and welcome back to HLS Crypto. My name is Dan. Let me just move this out the way. So the crypto bull run just started. Do this now. It's my belief that we've just entered a pivotal point in our crypto cycle. Yes, we may see another dip before we go full bull. It's very, very possible, but we can't rely on this now, and time is very much of the essence here. So the first thing I want to show you is this. It's from @Aurelian Ohayon. It was a chart that was on x.com, but it's very, very interesting. So this shows you every cycle so far that we've had with Bitcoin and the markets in general. So in a bear market in 2011, this is how it went into 2012. And then obviously we're in the second column, which is pre-bull, but I think we're now edging into first bull territory, which is important. So as you can see, parabolic in 2013, 2014. Now again, in the bear market, this is where you should be, picking up your DCAs, buying your targets, buying your crypto. Again, it went through like that into the pre-bull. The first bull starts going up again. Second bull, we get our peaks, and obviously time to absolutely sell. 2018, we had the same thing. So this one's quite pertinent. So 2018, we had the bear, like we're having the 4-year cycles. 2019, things were starting to improve. And obviously this event here, I think everyone's going to remember what that was. It was the C19 crash, which obviously gave a lot of people the opportunity to get in even lower than before, which was a black swan event. I would call that a black swan event. And then obviously through there into 2021. 2021 looks slightly different because there was obviously a double top. Now, what you should have been doing in 2022, and what I was doing, was picking up all the discounted coins I possibly can and continue to do that through pre-bull. Now, the problem was in my first full cycle, I was buying here, which is great, and here, but also buying here because everyone was going 100k Bitcoin. This is still low. Unfortunately, it wasn't. We had the crash, 2023. So this is where we are now. But if you look, there tends to be little pullbacks along the way. There. So I still anticipate another little pullback. Whether it'll be significantly big, we just don't know. But this is where we are on our journey now. We're getting very close to first bull, which again we'll talk about in terms of at what point do you cease to DCA. We'll have a look at that in just a moment. Here's another very interesting thing to take into account as well, because this could have been fake, but a lot of people are suggesting that the big market makers, the people who are in control of the money supply, created this for them to keep like a glance on. So periods when to make money. So in column A, you have years in which panics have occurred and will occur again. So you've got 1927, 1945, 1965, 81, 99, and 2019. Obviously, as we know, 2035, 2053. I'm not going to worry about the two M ones because that's a long, long way away. Column B is years of good times, high prices, and the time to sell stocks and values of all kinds. Now, this isn't specifically crypto because the belief is that this document was created before crypto even existed. But what's interesting is just there, 2026. Now, I think that the bull run will peak in the final quarter of 2025, in my opinion. But there, 2026. So that's a year of good times and time to sell, right? Column C is years of hard times, low prices, and a good time to buy stocks, corner lots, goods, etc., and hold till the boom and reaches the years of good times and then unload. So if you look here in column C, there's 2023. Now, this was supposed to be written back in 1875. So, something's obviously going on. But there's 2023. So we're in that now. So 2024 will be around here somewhere. And then, 2026, 2025, that's when you're going to be looking to get out. But it says here, sure thing, save this card and watch it closely. I'd encourage you to actually study this chart a little bit, actually take a picture of it, have a little look, because if this proves to be true, and it fits in with what I think, and it fits in with what a lot of other people think, I think even Michael Saylor, people like that, I think it fits in with what they're saying. And here we've got Bitcoin halving rallies. Now, as you can see here, so in the 2011 start, after the halving, Bitcoin returned a 93.1x. Just before the halving, though, you got a 5.7x. So I think this will have what we're seeing now essentially is Bitcoin is having a rally prior to the halving. After the halving, the rally, well, the bull run hits, and obviously the X's are much bigger. Again here, 3.4x before the halving, 30.1x after. Last bull run, 2.7x before, and then 7.8 after. This time, 2.3 before, potentially, because it's expected that at the time of the halving, Bitcoin will be at $35,500-ish. And after that, a 4.2x to 148, around about $150,000, which fits in quite nicely. Now, you'll see that the number is getting lower because that's something called the law of diminishing returns. Bitcoin is so, it's just so accepted now. It's so widespread that they think that, that's going to be kind of like running more like a stock over time. So that's why them returns are there. But don't worry about that, because the altcoins, the flow of money will still come from Bitcoin into the altcoins. The altcoins will still 10, 20, 50, 100x, depending on which altcoins you've got, obviously, but the money will go into the altcoins. So the law of diminishing returns right this very second does not apply to the altcoins. Some of them it will, but for the vast majority, they'll still pump and pump very, very hard. As I've said many times on this channel, controlling of emotions is going to be crucial, and you can see this here. Why would a metric exist for fear and greed if emotions weren't important? Like, what you got to think about that. If they weren't important, why would they use fear and greed as an index, right? So right now, you can see, or you will be able to see, there it is, that we're at 65 on the chart, which is greed. So we're a little bit further away than we were yesterday. Yesterday was 72, and it was edging into that extreme greed level. Now, I always prefer to buy when things are neutral and below, but because we're DCAing in, we can just take this with a somewhat a pinch of salt, but it's a good idea to give us an idea of what the market sentiment is. When there's mass greed, then ultimately, most often than not, it's time to sell, and when there's mass fear, it's time to buy. It's kind of like the Warren Buffett strategy of doing things. So what now? Plan. I'm going to continue to funnel in as much as physically possible between now and the halving in 2024. In my opinion, a pullback is likely, but that shouldn't alter the stance to take. Time is running out, and if you've been DCAing for the last 12, 15 months, then you absolutely deserve the big pumps that are coming. This is life-changing returns, and we aren't that far away from it in the grand scheme of things. What is a year and a half, in a essentially 60 to 8 year lifespan. If you're not in yet, then you should have started yesterday. But we can't change the past. So the past, it's gone. So today is your opportunity to get on the train, and do not miss out, as the next bull run after this is a way away. So the Bitcoin halving countdown is actually increasing to the last video we made on this, 166 days. So that's, I'll be DCAing in right up to the point of the halving, and just to have an idea of how the halving is going to be gauged, what we're going to be looking at, what are the prices of the altcoins at that point. It's going to be interesting to find out and have a look at that. So I'm looking forward to seeing when that happens. As you know, I'm a regular guy. I'm just trying to ensure that as many people can change their lives on this journey with me. It's going to be great. Like I said before, in 2025, I want to see the comments going absolutely mental about all the things that you've achieved and the goals and dreams that you had, and what you've managed to achieve out of those goals and the dreams. So you got your key points. In my opinion, continue DCAing in. You can wait for a pullback if you wish, but I think it could be a bit dangerous. I honestly believe there will be a pullback, but I'm just going to keep DCAing in anyway. If I can get money from alternative sources and funnel them in, then I'll obviously do that. But for now, it's just DCA. Controlling your emotions. Again, I've said how important that is. I think it's going to be really key. It's going to be the difference between having a great bull run and a really bad bull run, because fear and greed, both of them are at opposite ends of the emotional spectrum, but both can get you wrecked. So it's really important to control both sides. Stay in the middle. Try and be as neutral as possible when it comes to things like that in your own mind, because either end of that spectrum, as I've said, will get you wrecked. Prepare your exit strategy, as I've said before. Set your minimum target for your altcoin or any coin to your maximum target, and then have that layering out structure. The same way as we've layered in, we're going to be layering out the same way. So we'll be taking profits along the way to make sure that we don't end up wrecked. Because the key thing is, if you're holding for the top and you think the top's slightly higher, or you think there's more to go, and then it starts crashing down, then you've made nothing ultimately, and that's a concern. Or you might be able to get some on the way down, but even then, it's not worth doing that. When we're in full flow, let's just get them profits out. You can leave that 1 to 5% to go and hit the moon. that's not going to be too much of an issue. But make sure you got that plan in place, because if you have a plan, it makes it far easier to execute upon it than if you're just trying to wing it, play it by ear. It's very much, I'll just give it another day, or I'll give it another week, I think it's going to go up. Whereas if you've hit your target in your mind and you know what you want to take, that's much more simple to follow a plan that's already laid out in front of you. Genuinely is. Set the targets, not just the price of the coins, but for your life. So this is where you can have a lot of fun with it. Get a sheet of paper down, write what your life looks like in 2025, envision exactly what you want it to be. What house do you want? What car do you want? Where do you want to live? Do you want to live in a different country? Everything that you want to do. Get it written down. Work out the dollar amount on each of these things. Just work out what these dollar amounts are to achieve these goals. And obviously think about maybe setting up a business. Whatever you can do to funnel your own money in, that's always going to be the best way to do it. But have them dreams, them goals, and get them written down, because they're far much easier to set your targets then, because then you'll know, I need X amount of Casper, I need X amount of Quant, what X's do I need, how do I need to do this? And then you can funnel in exactly what you need to funnel in to achieve your target goals. It's a lot easier to do it that way than just to go, well, I'll DCA, but then I don't know what I want to do with it. Have key plans. And don't forget, these things are not set in stone in terms of your plans. You might have this dream, you might achieve one of them and go, well, actually now I want to pivot and do this as well. Just keep it fluid, keep bearing it in mind. But it's very, very important that you have that kind of mindset. Mindset's going to be key, particularly during the bull run. It's going to be it's going to blow your mind when you see some of the X's that are happening right in front of your eyes. And sometimes it's only take a couple of days, and all of a sudden you've got 50X. But bearing in mind that not every single altcoin pumps at the same time, so you can have like 3 of your coins go off on its bull run. Some lag behind. That's natural. It's not a concern, unless some significant news comes out about a project, to sort of have real negative impacts on. Then don't worry about that, because they do pump at different times. Anyway, Discord, by the way, is coming. I've said this before in another video, but it is coming. It's coming this month, and I will let you all know when that's set up and ready to go. Thank you very much. Today marks a little milestone as well. It's 101 consecutive upload days. So thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for every like, every comment, every share, every subscriber that has been along this journey with me. It's so appreciated, and I'm very grateful to you. If you like this video, please smash the like button. Subscribe if you can. As always, wherever you are in the world, have a great day. Have a great evening. Enjoy whatever it is you're doing. As always, we'll see you tomorrow. Take it easy. Goodbye.